So, Friday, it's my catch-up day. Today's vlog will likely be really short, although you never really know. The day's just getting started. It'll probably be short. Got a whole bunch of stuff to do today, and then there's actually a top-secret surprise party for someone special in our family tonight that that he has no clue about, so that'll be pretty fun. Not really at the stage yet where I'm going to vlog like parties and other stuff like that. I want to keep it really like a bagpipe vlog. So anyway, I've got to crank out some work, so I'm going to do that now, and then I will revisit you and we'll talk a little bit more about my solo piping plan today, but I really have to jam my work and get it done first. Okay, it's now time for the great Friday mailroom gambit. First of all, this elevator does not go to the basement, so we have to get off on the first floor. On to the second elevator. Now here's where things get really interesting. You don't want the elevator to leave and go somewhere else and have to wait forever to go back up. You have to do the shoe trick. Ready? Taking off the shoe, put it there. And it'll try to close, but it won't be able to. All right. How are we looking? There's the mail. Gonna grab it. And then the elevator is busily trying to close on my shoe. Okay, now we're on the way back up to the 14th floor. And that is the great mailroom gambit of 11 North Pearl Street. Grab Mountain Valley High School. It's probably a check. Let's not throw that out. Bank. Immediate action requested. Yeah, that's happening. There it is, today's deposit slip. Okay, off to do the mail and to go to the bank. Okay, let's talk a little bit about repertoire today. So over many, many years, all of my different teachers and mentors and all the different people I listen to speak about topics and just observing people doing things, right? The message has always been, you need to pick the repertoire that gives you the best chance of competitive success. And over years and years and years and years, over and over and over and over and over again, I have disregarded this sort of advice or this sort of concept. I always wanted to play the big tunes like Unjust Incarceration and Bonnie Ann and Abercrombie Highlanders. So For this particular solo project, right, remembering that my goal, which I may or may not succeed, but I'm going to try for this goal, which is I'm going to try to go and win silver medal at Kansas City and the light music at Kansas City. So what are the tunes that give me the best chance of success? I'm going to spend a little bit of time brainstorming that today. Okay, so yeah, I kind of like what I'm coming up with here. It's really going to take a little bit of experimentation on the pipes. I want to fill out this list a little bit more. I want more than 4 marches. I like my Strathspey list. And there's always other standbys too, like Maggie, Cameron, or other things I can experiment with. The big question is, I don't want to be totally cliche. Like, I don't want the judges to just be totally bored by my selection. But I also don't want it to be so technically demanding where I might miss something, or, I might just not quite be able to pull it off the way that I want, causing the judges to make marks on the sheet, especially in the light music at Kansas City. Having watched that event many, many times, it's all about avoiding anything major going wrong, for sure. It's about having a good bagpipe. It's not necessarily about playing extremely difficult repertoire. Okay? Hornpipe jig, I'm just going to have to mess around with that. I really only need 1, because you only need to submit 1 in the final. Right? There's no selection. It's a MSR hornpipe jig of choice in the final. So I only need 1. What are going to be the best tunes for me to submit there? That's actually might be the hardest thing to pick. And then Pibrox. Too Long in This Condition, the Donald McDonald setting. Really, really enjoy playing it. I've played it for quite a while. The Bicker I played quite a while ago in the silver medal at some point, and I'm thinking about bringing it back. It's not a cliche tune. And that's the problem I have with the Massacre. I also, McGregor Salute, like those are tunes I can play pretty well, but are they not going to really overly impress the judges regardless of how they go, just because they're heard so often, and, maybe a contest at that level might lack sort of substance. Anyway, I'm going to ask around to some of my P-Rock playing friends as well. Lady Doyle's, I was 3rd in the silver medal with that tune at one point. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of good technique. If you can get into the sort of hypnotic technique mode, that could be really good. So anyway, there's some thoughts today about my repertoire, and that's going to conclude the vlog for today. So, next week I'm going to be getting into a little bit more of a rhythm. Today was really, or this week rather, was really crazy, trying the new workout stuff and getting things going and messing around with the vlog, which I think is going pretty cool, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So next week we'll get into it a little bit more, hopefully start to settle into a routine, and we'll get to playing some bagpipes too, which will be pretty good. At some point we'll mess around and see how things are going. So there you go. Thanks very much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode.